Alrighty, hi everybody. This is Brittany from the Seniors Blue Book, and today I have the privilege to be joined by several of the local assisted living communities. And pardon my technology issue, just a couple minutes ago, I completely forgot that I had my headphones in, and I'm sure nobody could hear anything except for me blabbing. So welcome everybody on the call. Say hello.
Hello. Hi everybody.
And today I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody out there that's working on the front line. Of course, our assisted living communities, memory care communities. You guys are doing such an awesome job, and I kind of mentioned you guys are probably working 8 days a week, 25 hours a day, and just thank you so much for taking care of the seniors. So I want to go around and introduce everybody and tell us what community you're at or management company you work for, and then we'll get into some good discussions and ideas. So Nancy Clanton, let's go over to you.
Nancy Clanton, a Regional Director of Sales and Marketing with Meridian Senior Living in West Florida, and we are in Bradenton, Pinellas County, Brooksville, Spring Hill that I cover, as well as Cape Coral. So I'm over 6 communities at this time.
Awesome. You've got a huge territory, girl.
We love it.
All right, Alexis.
Alexis Eckberg, I'm Director of Sales for Heron Club, as well as the Outreach Director for our 2 other sister communities, Heron House, Heron East, and also 2 Heron Club.
Very cool. Stephanie?
Hi everybody, Stephanie McKinnon. I'm the Executive Director at Discovery Commons in Bradenton. We are memory care assisted living community. Just reminding everyone we're still taking move-ins, and I'm also our Sales and Marketing Director. So kind of wear multiple hats here, and doing pretty good, doing pretty well here. We can do virtual tours too if you know anyone that would like to move in. I can do them live, or I have one I can email as well.
Awesome. I saw it. Your virtual tour is awesome.
Thanks. I know my dog Indy likes to steal the show sometimes.
Let's go over to Deb from Heron House.
John?
Oh, hey Deb, I think you might be on mute.
How about now?
Yep, there you are.
Can you hear me now? Hi, my name is Deborah Lowe's. I'm the Director of Sales here at Heron House in Sarasota. I work closely with Alexis, who is our Sales Director and Outreach at Heron Club. She's been doing some great things the past couple of weeks, we took meals out the other day to some of our SNFs, and then the other night she baked 96 cupcakes and decorated them, bless her heart, and delivered to some more of our healthcare workers. We are still taking move-ins at this time. There is a bit of a process to go through, but it's definitely doable, and I do have rooms available both in my assisted living and memory care communities at this time. And I just want to thank all you young people out there. I'm really, really learning a lot about social media and how to use my phone and my iPad that I never knew before. So thank you all very much.
We're having fun. This is like taking everything that we do and just making it digital, and I'm having a blast with these kind of calls. So yeah. Kim Spencer.
Hi, I'm Kim Spencer. I'm the Sales Director for Village Place Retirement in Port Charlotte. We actually do assisted living and memory care. And our uniqueness is our neighborhood concept.
Awesome. And you've got some sister properties as well.
Right, we have Sunset Lake Village, which is in Venice, and then Royal Palm Retirement Center in Port Charlotte, which is about 4 or 5 miles from me, and it is independent, assisted, and memory care.
Awesome. All right, how about Donna Gallagher?
Hello, everyone. My name is Donna Gallagher. I'm the Sales Director with Legend Senior Living. I'm at the Windsor of Venice location. We have assisted living and memory care. And we are doing fantastic here. Our residents are staying busy. We're keeping them entertained and serving some great food here. And it's fun because we did a little survey this morning just to kind of find out how everybody's doing. And it's just fun to see and get that confirmation that they're doing great. They're happy, and and everybody's doing so well. I just want to take a minute to just encourage people who are working from their home and Also, if there's anyone out there who are caregivers, particularly with people who have cognitive impairment, just if you need any assistance or any kind of support, advice, or anything like that, please call me. That's one of the things that's most on my heart right now.
Does it look okay? Is it better?
I wanted to just be that resource, just to give you maybe
On
some
my screen, it doesn't say
ideas
that.
and things to keep them stimulated, keep them redirected onto positive things, and to offer any support that I can give you that way.
Awesome. And let's go over to Tami.
Hi, Tami Erickson. I am the sales counselor here at Water's Edge of Bradenton. We are 33 acres, villas, assisted living, independent living, and memory care. We are still actively moving people in, obviously with a much more stringent guidelines than there were before. Locally here, our residents are self-quarantining in their apartments. However, right now they're watching The Heat movie with their popcorn that was delivered to their doors. We're doing bingo on our closed circuit TV. So they're actually playing from their apartment. So we're trying to keep them active and busy within their confined units. But other than that, we are moving as business as usual. We are doing virtual tours. As Donna mentioned, right now I am just spending time following up on people who haven't quite moved in. And if they do have a need and they're local, that we can get stuff to them. Chaplain Ed Bartell, our local full-time chaplain with Water's Edge, and myself are delivering things as we find need be. So we're just trying to keep everybody home and safe for now. But Tami Erickson with Water's Edge.
Thank you. And let's go over to Phil.
Hey everyone, I'm Phil Scrivener with the Windsor of Bradenton. Like Donna, I'm also part of Legend Senior Living, which is family owned and operated. We're happy to be getting close to our 20-year anniversary here at the Windsor of Bradenton. So we're excited to announce that we are still free of COVID-19 for any of our residents, and their safety is of the utmost importance to us. And I just really enjoy being on this call with all of you and figuring out ways that we can work together to present better solutions for our seniors. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. It's so good to see you, Phil. And Miss Melissa.
Hello. I am Melissa Speciale, the General Manager for Heartis, Venice. I work for Solvere Living. Our community is independent, assisted living, and memory care. We are not open yet, but we are continuing to build safety and taking safety precautions. But the community remains active in terms of our building. And I am actually offering all of our prospects to do porch drop-offs. So if they need care packages, dinner, lunches, toilet paper, masks, whatever I can help our prospects with during this time, reaching out to them and just making sure that they can stay home and stay safe as well.
That's awesome. Well, it's so good to see you. And last but not least, I believe that's Lee from Angel Senior Living.
Yes, hi Brittany. I'm on one of my family's iPads. Hi, I'm Lee. I'm the Community Relations Director with Angel Senior Living. We are also doing admissions. We have 3 coming in the next 2 weeks. So we are doing quarantining for our new admissions. We actually have a floor that has nobody living on it. So that floor we're setting aside for new admissions. We're also doing some home visits. We found some seniors who have some shut-ins. And we're working with some of our professional offices who are directing our attention to those seniors. We reached out and forming a relationship, and they're telling us, hey, we're concerned about a few of these seniors who are, shut-ins, and they might need some extra attention. Okay, so we're trying to reach out to them and, maybe bringing a basket of some goods, some fruits, or some, banana bread or zucchini bread, that kind of thing, letting them know that we're thinking of them.
That's awesome. Sounds like you guys are all keeping very busy. So let me ask a question, and I'll kind of call maybe like classroom style, call you by names. What are some of the maybe new creative activities that you and the community have come up with for your residents? And maybe we'll jump over to Nancy on this one.
I'm sorry, Brittany, you broke up. You asked what are some creativity of?
Yeah, what are some of the new creative activities that you guys have come up with for residents?
So every community is a little different depending on what's going on in their county, but we are really just doing small, extremely small groups, no more than 4 people, to be quite frank, and engaging them so they're still able to, continue with their card. I have a lot of bridge players that love that, but they are 6 feet apart. The other thing we recently have done that has been very successful, we were playing with it at first, we tested it out on ourselves, is virtual like Uno, Yahtzee, things like that to keep them engaged with their loved ones. And so we have arranged for our bus drivers to go out for the families that don't have the technology, or the individual that was coming to my building or one of the buildings that wanted to continue as a quarantine in their home. We're dropping off our iPad, leaving it at the door, and scheduling to pick that up.
Wow.
We've been getting a lot of interaction that way, and also going through and explaining how to utilize it. If they don't, we want them to feel very comfortable. They can't break it. We promise them that. But it's those kind of things, and we even brought that to the residents, and as well as the exercise in the hallway and singing and dancing in the hallway, just fun things. But we as the team have been dressing up, making it fun, and keeping it energized in the community to make sure that just continues to roll out to our residents each day. So those are some of the things that we're doing that are a little unique and different, test and trial as well.
I love it. I want to jump over back to Kim Spencer. I love what you were talking about before the call, before we went live, about the cookouts. Talk to us about that.
We had the neighborhood concept. So what we've done is neighborhood by neighborhood, done a cookout where, of course, we're outside and we bring it to them. We've decorated the hallways with the outside, with bumblebees hanging down, and of course the butterflies flying through the neighborhood, that type of thing, to make it feel outdoors. I had a bunch of ants on the floor. They were not real ants, but we put ants out. And so we just gone neighborhood by neighborhood. And then we're doing the Coney Island Day, which is going to have the snow cones and cotton candy and popcorn.
Is there a drive-through for that? Is there takeout?
Yeah. Brandy, if you come by, I'll make sure you get some.
Yes. I can't wait to get back out to see everybody.
Oh, isn't this awful? Oh, yes, we missed everybody.
I'm going to jump into Venice and talk to Donna Gallagher. How about the Windsor? What are you guys doing to pass the time? Oh, you're on mute.
Okay, here we go. We have some really fun activities professionals here, so you never really know what they're going to come up with next. But one of the things that they started this week that I thought was so much fun is that they're doing sing-alongs in the hallway. So even though our residents can come out and, walk around and things like that, or go into our courtyard, we're trying to bring more things to them since we can't do the group as activities as you all know that we can't do. But so in the hallway, we're doing things like leading singing, where they're sitting, in a chair inside their door, and then we have what we call the after party after singing, where we blast some music and dance and things like that for them. And it's just a lot of fun, and it just gets their energy going. So that's been a really, really fun energizer. We're doing the carts with lots of fun, different kinds of snacks that they can choose from. We're doing a lot of things like, just the puzzles and things like that we can take into their, like word search, and doing little contests and things. We have a pen pal club that they're starting, and there's so many fun. Oh, the gardening, and you probably have seen on our Facebook. I've been trying to shoot those Facebook things out to all my friends, like Nancy and different ones on that. They're friends with me on Facebook. But on our Facebook page, if you, I hope everybody will like the Windsor and Venice Facebook page. Every day you'll see the activities that they're doing, and we even are doing gardening. where we have a mobile garden too that we're using, and just so many fun, exciting things that, like I said, we just, we want everybody to stay happy and energized, and so they can't be so social as they used to be, but we can still make them feel like that they are being able to interact with us and different ones, and just trying to keep the energy level up and create fun things. But every day is a new day, but be sure and check out our Facebook page.
That sounds awesome. All those things sound fun. And I think it is, again, with all the, challenging times we have, it really has kind of forced a lot of creative minds to come up with new ways of connecting and new activities and things like that, whether it's, in the communities or even in our own homes. I've been trying to force myself to learn line dances, which has been, I have 3 left feet, but I want to talk real quick to, I'm going to go to Stephanie on this one. What are some of the ways that you've been able to kind of boost the staff morale in your community as the director?
Well, we kind of use it as an interaction with our residents as well, with the staff. So we have a let's go outside at 2:30 because that's when my second shift staff comes in. And we've been doing spontaneous stuff like trying to fly a kite the other day. And we failed miserably. The wind was just not there for us. But the residents were judging it, and I've never seen them giggle so hard before. And then the staff just running around, everyone trying to fly it. The other day, we actually had in our closet potato sacks. So we had a potato sack race with the staff. And again, we've got all the residents out there, which is so easy to social distance everybody that way. They held the finish line tape, and again, they're all giggling and laughing. So we've kind of been doing, let's go outside at 2:30 and just be spontaneous, hopscotch, whatever, just kind of back to basic, fun games that, at least I did when I was a child.
I love it.
It's been kind of fun. We got some more things planned for tomorrow or for Friday. We're going to do an egg hunt. I'm going to do a chalk walk so the residents can kind of, we can guide them and keep them socially distanced that way by doing a chalk walk and doing pictures on the ground and doing an egg hunt that way for them. So, and again, it really engages both the residents and the staff together.
Yeah,
it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
I love all those ideas, and I think, again, this is the point of this call to hopefully share that amongst you guys, but also people that are watching to give ideas for their communities and residents. How about we go over to, I'll pick on Deb for a minute. Let's talk to you about what are some of the things you've seen with the staff that, people that have come together. What are some of the things that you guys have done there?
Well, we have been trying to show our staff appreciation at least once a week by providing them with breakfast or lunch. Of course, and kudos for the jobs that they're doing. They've been really, really good in helping to entertain the residents. We had our new activity director just start last week, and she's been awesome. Right now, the residents are working on a project. It's actually a card that they're doing, and it has a picture of a face, and when you open it up, there's arms, and it says, "Sending hugs to you." And we plan on putting those in the mail out to each of their families so that, they're sending something to let them know that they're thinking about them. Last week and this week, we actually had two residents that had birthdays, and the families were gracious enough that they each bought big sheet cakes. And we ended up had the resident come out to the front door and took pictures through the door of the family that brought it and the cake. And then in the afternoon, we ended up having all the residents come out of their room and stand by their door and sang the residents happy birthday from their room.
Very
so that
sweet.
was really nice. Happy hour is a big deal here in our building. So a week or so ago, I was like, how are we going to work this out? And I was sitting at home one night, and I'm like, you know what? We have a rolling cart. So I came in and spoke to Christy, my ED, and I said, let's do a rolling happy hour. So I loaded up my cart with beer and wine and soda and juice and water, and I went from room to room. And it was as much uplifting for me as it was for them, because I got like 5 minutes or so in each person's room and got to speak with them, ask them how they were doing. They were also appreciative that I took the time out of my day to come around and do happy hour for them. A few people wanted to know if I was going to come around for a follow-up drink, but
a one-drink limit.
It's been good. Right, it's been good. Since the activity director started, she has also started a rolling snack cart. So every afternoon around 2:30, 3 o'clock, she goes from room to room and asks anybody if they would like anything off of her snack cart. We also have our concierge started a Easter coloring contest about 10 days ago, and that goes through Saturday, I believe, and then I believe next Monday we'll be choosing a winner on that. We've had a lot of participants in that. We've been doing fit and be fit exercising since our dining room is now not being used. We've pushed all the tables and chairs to one side, so we've got a big area in there where we can social distance and they can do exercise, and they've really enjoyed doing that since them going out has been limited. So we've really made a team effort through everyone, dietary activities, management, and our nursing staff, just to keep these residents, entertained and not feeling like they're alone in their apartment.
I love the mobile happy hour. I think everybody should be implementing that. Hey, let's go to Melissa for a moment. Melissa's I know you're the general manager or executive director for Heartis, which is not open yet, but under construction, which is very exciting. Talk to us about, because I'm sure you guys have been actively working with families up to this point. What are you kind of doing, as a community for the prospects that you've been working with? What kind of things are you guys doing?
Yeah, so really reaching out to them. I've been doing a lot of phone calls, emailing. I'm actually also sending personalized cards. Like if I find out that someone's not feeling well or whatever the conversation is about, then I'm actually handwriting cards and mailing those out to them. And then beyond that, if anyone has a need that I've identified as I'm making those calls, like one of my prospects called near tears yesterday and asked if I had masks. And actually my company is wonderful. They overnighted a pack of masks for me to be able to use and also give to prospects who are having trouble finding those. So I'll be delivering a care package to him, not just of the mask, but other, items that he might find useful or helpful during this time. One of my couples, they literally never cook. They ate out breakfast, lunch, and dinner and have been having trouble finding restaurants that have been open in Venice. And so one day I picked up great Italian from a local restaurant and brought it to them. They said it lasted them for 5 meals, which is really good to know. So I think it's just the little things. I mean, I'm not having direct contact with most of the people and just doing porch drop-offs, but they've been just so thankful for that. And I'm so thankful that my company is continuing to, support and be very active in the protection, but also allowing us to be able to really reach out to our prospects and be there as a resource for them when they need it.
And you guys are looking at construction-wise. I mean, I know with everything going on, but about what time of the year this year do you guys plan on opening your doors?
So August is when we're anticipating our certificate of occupancy, and then of course we'll get through our OCA inspection. So that's going to kind of determine at what point that happens. Of course, we're watching very closely the COVID-19 and everything going on, and have been having conference calls and just obviously lots of safety surrounding that. And right now we've not been given any delays because of it, but that it just depends on how this thing kind of transpires.
Absolutely. And I brought everybody kind of back up for a moment here on the screen. I want to mention everybody at this point, I haven't heard otherwise, everybody is accepting residents at this time, correct?
Yes. Village Place isn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So Village Place right now you're not.
Right. They just mandated that for the Merrill Garden buildings.
Okay. All right. And everybody else on the call is still accepting residents?
Yes.
Okay.
We are accepting residents, yeah.
Let's go real quick. Tami, talk about the process of when somebody is ready to tour virtually. Take us through the process if somebody was interested in your community, how you're handling that right now.
Currently, I send them basically the intro email with our virtual tour connections, which is a virtual tour for our floor plans, as well as a virtual tour of all of our common areas. So they get a look at that first, and then from there, if they want the actual virtual tour, it's rather I use the iPad for a FaceTime and take them actually through the building step by step, especially into the particular unit. Since I cannot bring them on property, it's essential that I actually take them and let them look at the unit so they can get the sense of each room in that area and what the view is from outside the window and from outside the door, how far from the hall to the dining room. So I just kind of walk them through the property as if they were standing next to me. And then from that point, just wait and see. But so far people have been pretty receptive with that. Awesome.
What about you, Alexis? Let's go over to you.
So same, really the same concept. I think following up, if it's an inquiry when they call in, obviously not being able to do the live tours, but setting up a virtual tour, either FaceTime or Zoom, just because depending on the individual or family member, they're not maybe so tech savvy as I really wasn't, and this has really forced me to get out of my shell. So, and thanks to you again, Zoom, having fun with that. And I think doing the live tour is really great because you still have the opportunity as you're walking through to introduce them to the directors of each department. This is our director of nursing, and they have fun with it. They jump in and, talk about how they're looking forward to taking great care of mom and what a great place this is, our concierge, our executive director. So I'm just not their only connection. Mm-hmm. And folks have been really receptive and appreciative of not just me, but my team for taking, time out to, say hello and learn more about mom. And it's interesting, I still prepare for the tours like we would as if they're coming into our building, right? Because it's really important that we all understand the needs and what's important to our families. And, if we're a right fit, we try to do all that information, the discovery, if not, and referred to another community. But having a lot of fun with that. And I think families are so appreciative of the fact that we're going out of our way so that they can feel as much as what the community's like. Because each building has a different look and feel. And so we're really trying to help them understand what it feels like through these devices, which is quite challenging. But I think, Zoom and FaceTime is what we've done. Some folks have a Samsung, so there's another app called Duo. So we've done the Google Duo. And following up to, sending out whatever collateral or doing drop-offs after the tour. So if they say something, or if I pick up on something, or I find out that they're stressing because they can't find toilet paper, stealing it from our janitor closet. Whatever we need to do to be there, exactly. Got in trouble because one of our bathrooms toilet paper was missing, and I was helping one of our residents who needed some toilet paper. But yeah, I think with our virtual tours, it's interesting because I don't watch the news all that often, but they've said that this pandemic is really affected now how we're going to be schooling, doing business, which is scary. But I mentioned this to you too, Brittany. The one thing I am convinced of, guys, we will never be replaced by artificial intelligence. Never. No one can duplicate what we bring in this industry with our hearts. That can't ever be replaced with a robot. So.
Yep, I completely agree. Let's go over to Phil. Phil, what about you guys? Do you have kind of the same admission, new resident process, or how's the Windsor handling that?
So we are still taking new admissions. We, are very careful about screening and making sure that our admission documents cover, visit so that a doctor can clear somebody before they come in. With respect to virtual tours and things with the families that are desperately seeking information, especially if they're coming from rehab and really they don't have the luxury of waiting, but need to make sure they're making the right decision. We're utilizing our company website where we have our virtual tours posted, so we can use email to send those links. We can also utilize, I've heard other people say, iPhones or tablets. Also Facebook, you can do you can have multiple users join a video chat through those means too. So if somebody is an Android user and they don't have an iPhone, that's another method you can use. And then we try to show some of these activities that we've been talking about to kind of demonstrate how we're dealing with activities through COVID-19 right now. Some of those would be like theme days, the carts dressed up and fresh fruit, and making sure everybody knows that we are helping our residents maintain hydration, things like that. We're also showcasing things like some of the personalized attention that they're getting, the Bible study, some of our walking clubs. Right now, all of our communities are celebrating France as kind of part of our, what we call the Windsor Passport Travel Club. So we're bringing culture, food, and things to our residents' doorsteps. We're also doing things like hallway bingo, and we're demonstrating all of that through the virtual tours and making sure that it's interactive. So some people may want more of the link to the website where they can kind of casually view the virtual tour, and some want to ask questions as you're walking through the community. So it's a mix between the two, but I find that the more personalized virtual tour through FaceTime is much more effective right now.
Mm-hmm. And if for all the communities too, and for people that are watching on Facebook, I would love for all of you to send me the links to your virtual tours, because I can put those up. We can make a specific album. That's what we've talked about as Blue Book, to make sure that people can come through us as well and see your virtual tours. So I'm sure many of you have some great ones. So I'm going to back out right here. And oh, hi, Sam Lefebvre.
Hi.
I just saw you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Tell us where you're from.
Well, I'm from Inspired Living, Sarasota.
Awesome. And you guys have, so how many communities do you have in this area?
We have 4 communities in the area.
Awesome. Let's ask you this. Any advice that you can give to, if there's a caregiver or somebody watching that is considering a move to assisted living or memory care, what would you share with them right now as a message?
Absolutely. I would definitely encourage them to reach out to anybody that they would typically reach out to, whether it be an assisted living like myself or memory care or somebody in the community, because the rest of the world seems to have stopped, our industry and our services definitely have not. And I think that a lot of people are misled by that. You know, I've been getting a lot of calls asking if people have to be self-quarantined first, or what's going on. There's a lot of rumors out there and a lot of misconceptions that I think are scaring and intimidating people. But, you know, don't be shy to reach out and just have that conversation and find out how we can help, because we've actually been busier than ever. I've got a little gentleman moving in today. We had somebody last week, and of course it's different the way we handle it, but we're still able to go out into the community and meet with people in their homes safely and to get them to a safe place.
Well, the need, as in some of these videos I've been mentioning, like the need is still there. You know, nothing has stopped as far as emergencies that happen that we know every day, whether it's a fall or whatnot. So the point of this call too is to make sure you guys are accepting residents currently, of course, and most places are right now. And I know Kim, you mentioned right now that has stopped for your communities, but there's still so many resources out there. And Kim, you're a huge resource in the Charlotte County area for if somebody's reaching out to you, looking for whether it's in-home care or whatever resource. I know everybody on this call is in this truly for the right reasons to help our seniors. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing. And does anybody have any kind of last words they want to share as we kind of end our Facebook Live here? Not all at once. Interpretive dance moves.
This is sensitive times, and to please reach out to anybody, a local community you've had a relationship with, that if you're in question of any resources, because there is some confusion out there because it's a stay-at-home act that they think that they don't have the resources, well, we are here and we are a resource for them, and we will find the resources for them either through one another or ourselves. So I really highly encourage them to continue that process and knowing what they need and what we could do to help provide for them for now and in the future.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Awesome. And I'm going to, in this post, I'll make sure I put everybody's name and phone number, community, so that people can reach out to you. I kind of chose people in different areas, communities. You all offer ultimately, care for the aging population, but you guys are all blessing to the industry, and I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for everything you're doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Brittany.
Well, we will we'll catch up with everybody later, and like I said, if you guys have virtual tours, you can email them over. I'll post them for everybody on Facebook. We now have a YouTube channel, Pinterest, and Instagram, and we're putting everything across those platforms. So, again, we talked about being creative during this time. We've definitely expanded our platforms and reach. So let me know how I can help you guys out as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.